How'd you like that? All right, that's for Max. Max has yelled at me. He said, Dad, you're doing Facebook Live wrong. You're supposed to go on a couple minutes early, let people jump on, then you start. So Max, I'm taking your advice. You're a lot younger than me, so you know what you're doing. Day 24. I said it yesterday, I love irony. Last night we had some friends who said, when are you going to do an Aperol Spritz? Holy cow, I got a bottle of it, had some not long ago, love the drink. We were waiting for a sunny day. We got a sunny day, we're doing it right now. Let me teach you all about the Aperol Spritz. Aperol Quarantine Spritz. Step into the Blue Monkey Quarantina. All right, so here we are. Now, we got to go through a few things because there's a lot of people who maybe have never even heard of Aperol. Aperol, all right, so let's start there. 1919, Aperol is invented. What is it? Well, basically, it's made from oranges, some bitters. Rhubarb is another very big ingredient in it. I don't know, tree bark and flowers and pretty much anything they can scrounge up. Made in Italy. They basically distill it, make it, and you've got yourself liqueur. Now, this is meant to be an aperitif. Ooh, aperitif. What does that mean? Well, an aperitif is anything you would drink before dinner. It's supposed to help get you ready to eat, make you a little hungry even. And that's what this was really made to be. And matter of fact, the name Aperol comes from the French slang word for aperitif, which is apéro. Aperol. That's all I got, folks. That's what we got. So anyway, that is Aperol. Again, when it was made in 1919, now this is funny. This was meant, they marketed it. Yeah, they marketed back in 1919. And it was marketed for women and sportive people that were lean and active. So again, another healthy drink apparently. All right, so that's your base. Now, we're gonna make a spritz out of it. Yeah, there's a story about the spritz as well. So you've heard of wine spritzers, right? Okay, so where did spritzers come from? We got to go further back. We got to go to 1800. Now, I'm taking my time on history. This is a very easy drink to make. Don't worry. We're not even going to have to measure anything. I'm going to show you the ultimate Aperol spritzer trick. But anyway, go back to the spritzer. When did we have spritzers? Well, a couple good stories about this one. Now, I got to give credit to the very first one. 1800, after the Napoleonic Wars, right? Well, Austria-Hungary takes over part of northern Italy, and for about 50 years they sit around and they drink wine. Pretty sure that's all they did. Anyway, they didn't really just drink Italian wine. They had to add a little something to it. So they were always putting a little water into the Italian wine. And as they were German, they always said put a little spritz of wine in, or of water in it. That was a German word for splash. And it became known as a wine spritzer. Now, that version is good, and that stuck around for a long time, but there's another great version of how the spritzer came to be in effect, because that was the Austrian-Hungary version, which is very German-based. Well, there's another version of the story which is equally as good. About 50 years later, Italy, still in Italy, all Italy, this is the Italian cocktail, right? So they're in Italy, 1850, and gentleman who's got his own wine cellar, very proud and all that, and he's got friends over, and one of his friends is Anyos, Gyulked. He's Hungarian scientist. Now, what is he credited with? You already know this. Everybody knows that Anyos Gyulked is credited with creating carbonated soda water, right? Of course, we all knew that. Well, anyway, they're at this party together, and he puts some of his soda water into the wine and drinks it, and everybody loves it. Now, how did it happen? I don't know. In my head, I imagine it's pretty much like the Reese's peanut butter, how that commercial went, remember? They bump into each other, and the one guy's like, oh, you got chocolate on my peanut butter. You got peanut butter on my chocolate. And then, oh my God, they taste great together. Reese's peanut butter cup, born. I imagine it was something like that. They were probably different parts of the party, bumped in each other, and he probably was like, you got your soda water into my wine. And the other guy's like, you got your wine into my soda water. They tasted it. It was delicious. Here's the problem. A lot of the folks were German. And again, they said, wine spritzer. And then he said, scientist, Hungarian, didn't like that word because that's the German word. He wanted the Hungarian word for it. And the Hungarian word for spritz, or a shot of water, a little spray water, was Froch. It's like F-R-O with the umlautes on top, and then CCS. Anyway, Froch? Let's have a wine Froch for dinner tonight. Didn't go over. I'm pretty sure that they put out an internet contest and voted on it back in 1900s and decided that spritzer won. Anyway, that's why we have a spritzer. That's your history. Now, how do you make the drink? Well, again, this is an easy one. Any traditional wine spritzer is actually 3-2-1. 3 parts of sweet, 2 parts of your alcohol, 1 part water. So here's where we're gonna go. 3 parts. So if you have a wine glass, and this is a traditional way to drink it, you need a good sized wine glass. You're gonna fill it with ice first, then a little over halfway with Prosecco, all right? This is the choice beverage to start with. So you wanna make sure just a little over half. That one might be too much. It got busy on me, folks. I apologize, but I can fix it. There you go. All right. So, see, I drank too much. I didn't give it enough fizz time. All right. So you're a little over half on your Prosecco. All right. Now, here's where the Aperol comes in. Let's see. Fizz went down, folks. This is important. Don't worry, we got plenty Prosecco. So, again, just a little over half. Then, once you're a little over half, now you come in with your 2 parts. That's 3 parts of Prosecco, 2 parts Aperol. And you're going to go just a little over halfway again of whatever was left. Last thing you need, soda water. It's not really 1 part, it's 1 splash. So, a little bit. Boom, that's it. Then you're going to want to garnish it with an orange slice. How many will you have into these? I got to figure out how many oranges I need to save. All right, we'll each get 1. Now, what I would suggest is take your orange, give it a slice. If a little orange is good, more orange is great. Emergency, thank you for your vitamin C contribution this evening. I would just sprinkle a coating on your orange. And then you're going to just put that right on the side of your glass. Now, let's revive. I got to go back. I got to give you this last piece of this before we chug this great summer drink. And that is what it's known for. This is an afternoon, sitting outside, evening before dinner. That's what we're going to do with it. Here's the last piece of the puzzle, though. Remember where we started? 1800, we came up with spritzers, right? Then 1919, we create this. Well, Paul, when did the Aperol Spritz ever become a drink? You got to go to about 1950s where it started, and it was kind of a drink, but it wasn't popular. Here's the great part of this: the Aperol Spritz didn't really become popular and famous until 2003. Recently, here's how they got the boom. Campari, which is another aperitif, right? It's actually a bottling company. The Campari bottling company, they actually own Sky Vodka, Wild Turkey 101, Grand Marnier, and they bought the brand Aperol. And when they bought it, they started advertising the heck out of it, and they included the 3-2-1 easy drink of the Aperol Spritz. That's what made it popular again. Now it's one of the top sellers. Matter of fact, Campari Company, this is their #1 exported alcohol now into the U.S. And I can tell you about a month ago is really when I had my first one. Thanks, Trish. sitting on a cruise ship and had my own little Aperol Spritz. Now I'm going to see if mine is just as delicious. Pardon. Oh. If you don't go get a bottle of this stuff right now, I'm telling you, you're missing out. But don't go out right now, you're not allowed. So you have to have it delivered. Anyway, and by the way, big stuff in Ohio. We now have approved that restaurants, since we can't go anywhere, they're now not only allowed to deliver food, they are now allowed to deliver pre-made drinks and alcohol. Don't worry, I'll still be here making yours every night. So, day 24, your Aperol Spritz. I hope you enjoy it. It's a great little summer drink. Good to see everybody. Check in with us after the show. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you tomorrow, day 25. Day 25. Hey, it's day 24. Quarantine Cocktail Show. Thanks for staying. Thanks for visiting. Cheers. See you tomorrow.